a plea to those in Antifa that may be lost in groupthink. At least I hope there are some. This is for the rank and file of Antifa. I don't believe the leaders are savable, but I do hope that there are at least some of you, or most of you all, that are getting lost in groupthink. I don't think you understand talking about others that don't agree with you as if they're evil, not deserving of compassion or understanding. Thoughts are not a disease, and those that disagree with you are not parasites to be eradicated. You do understand what Hitler is hated for, right? Remember the final solution? Most of what you say on TV or at riots, the actions you take, from damage to property, spraying mace on people, throwing objects at people, shouting down those that are just standing in a crowd of people who you think hate you, isolating those that don't agree with you, indoctrinating children through government, schools, courts. Teach them to hate, treat thought as a disease that you can cure, that once everyone that doesn't think like you is gone, it will be peace and paradise. All of that is exactly the attitude of Hitler's Nazi party. Remember? He took children, indoctrinated them, tried to create a master race. He dehumanized Jews, gays, Poles, most of Eastern Europe. Not because of hate, but because by making it easy to hate them, it allowed citizens a scapegoat to blame for problems. It was a focus to unite a majority of people, and while the focus was on turning those into objects, not people, they allowed him to do awful things. When things got hard, he just turned the hate towards those people that society already had been hating for years, to make it look like he was doing something. He decided to kill off all those he vilified, and society stayed silent, because they were either agreed, or more likely by then they realized how awful things had gotten, and that it was a lie, but they were afraid they would be the next to be eradicated. It became acceptable. The youth could turn around and commit violence because Jews weren't people. They were parasite cockroaches. That is exactly the way you describe conservatives. Yes, neo-Nazi and white supremacists scare me, but that is an evil that is known. World War II, we all remember. But hate and tolerance takes different forms. Antifa looks different, but fundamentally everything they are doing is exactly like the rise of the Nazi Party. I'm not saying they should be feared yet, but I'm saying those that think like that are the real threat. The ones that pretend to care, hiding behind the mask of compassion for everyone but the one that is the most bothersome to you. That is exactly what I've spent the last 5 years trying to address. We have huge problems. We have been divided into groups, and each group is being encouraged to hate anyone that disagrees with them. The Democrats and media sadly walked into this, and only now are they waking up to what they gave birth to. I'm sure they didn't intend to. They didn't believe that they could lose the White House. They blindly kept repeating Donald Trump couldn't win, even long after it was clear he had at least a 50-50 shot. Today, instead of addressing the Frankenstein they created and being remorseful, they are insisting Trump couldn't have won without interference. Only after Berkeley in late September are they waking up to the horror they have been nursing. The movement is a danger, but not the people. The only way hate grows is if those the leaders want to blame can be dehumanized. They went far, but they can start to pull back. Let calmer heads prevail on both sides and start dealing with reality. At this moment, whether you like it or not, it is that President Trump won. the Electoral College. You can yell and scream about other things, but he won the Electoral College, which is exactly what needed to be won to win. Let calmer heads prevail. Start analyzing how it came about. Stop indulging in the fantasy that somehow Russia made it happen. Move back from the brink before it is too late for all of us. Please do the right thing. Thank you. When at a protest, look around. If you see a sign or people that you would not support, then leave. Remember, you are judged by the company you keep. I would call out supremacists, but most of the people know if we see a KKK or militia sign to get back in the car and leave. If they stay, then they should not be surprised when they are tarnished. Many in Antifa think they're the good guys, fighting for what's right. You might be, but those around you are lost or not as concerned about right and wrong as you. Don't lose your integrity and ideals because of groupthink.